Today we're making tacos. Let's go. Now let's get this clear. I've been to Mexico one time. I didn't go to Mexico City. I didn't go anywhere particularly cultured. I went to Tijuana on a bender. It was fun. I ate some tacos. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm not an expert, but I do know what I like. Corn tortillas. Wheat can f itself. The texture of these things is what is so killer. We need some masa. I ain't got time to make masa. What I do have though is instant masa. Excellent. I'm gonna make a little Cambodian twist on things, I think. We're gonna get some amazing prawns and marinated in fish sauce, soy sauce, some chili. It's gonna be banging. I think we might make some kind of salsa verde, but make it in a Cambodian style, so happy days. Let's go find some stuff. I'm gonna get ourselves a bunch of limes. Okay. And some nice green and some nice red tomatoes. Let's also get an onion. Let's get some chilies. Can I have some chilies? Perfect. Do I want more now? Yeah. Yes. We have fruit and veg, but now I've got to find my fish lady. She is around here. Oh, I walked past her. Can I get half a kilo? Yes. Oh, 6,000 real? Okay. Okay. Let's navigate this traffic. Yeah, cool guys. Okay, so we've got everything we need from the market. We've got our prawns. They're shell on, which is kind of cool. Wow, depending on which way you look at it. It's cool because you get the shells. And if you make a few of these dishes, you can make yourself a really cracking stock. But you gotta peel them. Oh, it takes so long to peel them. Filming yourself in this city is so fucking dangerous. You only make this meal for people who really deserve it. It does take some time, but oh, it's so worth it. Here's what you're gonna need for tacos. Prawns, shells on, mint, Thai basil, and coriander, an onion, some limes, possibly not this many, some chilies, definitely not this many, some green and red tomatoes, some spring onions, some instant masa flour, and some fat to go in the tortillas. This isn't totally necessary, but it makes it really good. Okay, let's get on with making the masa. So what you're gonna need for this is the dried masa flour, 1.5 cups of water, and 2 cups of the masa flour. So let's mix this up now. At this point, you can put your pork fat in if you're choosing to. We're gonna need about a tablespoon's worth. That is gonna enhance the flavor, make it really rich. And now, our water. You don't need to put all of it in to start with. And just mix it up until you have a nice soft dough. Put it on the table. And now we need to work this for about 4 minutes. And after 4 minutes of kneading, that will have put itself in a plastic bag and your table will have cleared itself for you to make your salsa verde. To start with, just take the skin off your garlic, get it in your mortar and pestle. With a little bit of salt, that'll act as an abrasive, and a little bit of sugar. You don't need too much. And then grind that into a fine paste. When you've done that, it's time for your herbs. You need to just pick off all of the leaves and pop them straight into your mortar and pestle. And then again, you're gonna pound this to hell. The smell that is coming off this is quite incredible. It's like being 14 again. And we're gonna need a little bit of lime zest which you can very carefully take off, or use a grater if you have one. Just slice that up nice and fine. There. And we want the juice of a lime. Okay, and depending on how you're feeling a bit spicy, one of these nice hot chilies in there. And again, finally, to finish it off, you just need to put a good slug of olive oil in there. And now, let's taste it, see if it needs anything else. It's so good. And that's ready. Once you're done with your salsa, it's time to get into these bad boys. We're gonna take off the shells, we're gonna take out the vein. This is the bit where, if you remember earlier, I said you only make this for people you love. This is the bit that I was referring to. You gotta love someone to shell a bunch of these. You grab the head and you squeeze it off. Then you get the tail and you squeeze that, and that bit comes out. And then you just go around it and you get rid of all the nasty bits. So leave yourself with the gorgeous little prawn. But the gorgeous little prawn has a secret. The gorgeous little prawn isn't so gorgeous because it's got a big fat vein of shit running all the way down its back. And you've got to open that up to reveal that. That you definitely want to get rid of. Stick it in the sieve and do it a load more times. We're done with the shells now. Let's get on with the shittier part of this job. Speed up the film. You know what? You get the gist. I'm just gonna waste space on my memory card. See you later. Cool, we're done. So now we've finally got the prawns finished, we can make a really sweet little marinade for them. That consists of a load of soy sauce, a really good glug of fish sauce. Let's get ourselves a chili in there. We're losing our lime, rolling away. Back into shot it comes. A few slices of the zest. It doesn't need to be too finely sliced. That'll go in there. Some sugar. Oh, it's gone everywhere. Pinch of salt. In with the prawns. And now, we live in Cambodia where most of the time people will just marinate their stuff like this on the street in 30-degree heat for about 2 hours. That way, it will really soak in. I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Now that we've got our prawns marinating, we're gonna make the salsa. For this, you're gonna want a couple of nice red tomatoes, and if you can get your hands on them, a couple of green tomatoes. They're really crunchy, they're fresh, they're delicious. We're gonna stick a load of lime juice in there, really freshen it up, spice it up with the chili, give it some fragrance with coriander. Give it some fragrance with the coriander. What are they called? Give them some fragrance with the coriander stems and some spring onions. So let's cut it all up and we'll get it together. Let's get those green ones into the bowl and do the same with the red ones. The spring onions are going to go the same way. Coriander stems in, your lime, take a little bit of that zest, slice this up super fine, and in they go. And put all the juice in there. Salt it. Tomatoes love salt. And this is going to draw out a load of the liquid from the tomatoes, and we're going to get rid of that because you're going to get soggy tacos. Let's clear the table. I'll do it slowly this time, and that will give this enough time to draw out the liquid, and we can drain that off. I've got the chili. While that's doing its thing, we're going to slice up this onion. Take it in half. We only need half of one. Keep that, it will go in the stock. These tomatoes have been soaking for about 10 minutes now. And as you can see, let's just get you in there. Got so much liquid in there now, which we're gonna get rid of. Let's get rid of that liquid. So you can just drain all of that off. All it needs, a little bit of olive oil. So just a little bit like that in there. That on its own is a thing of beauty. Let's have a quick taste. That's really good. So I'm gonna leave that rest now, and it's time to make our taco dreams a reality. We've got our masa that's been resting. We're gonna roll that out. What we're gonna need is a taco press. I know everyone has got one. Oh wait, no one's got one. I'm gonna use a big pan and 2 sheets of plastic. We're gonna roll out 3 at a time, stick them in the pan, cook them up, stick them on a plate, and then we're gonna cover those up with a dishcloth, couple of dishcloths, so that they steam inside, makes them nice and soft. And yeah, let's get going. There's our third. You really need this plastic. If you don't have the plastic, it's gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna stick to everything. You're not gonna have a good time. Okay, let's get these in the pan. And there's 3 in the pan. Right, so we just flipped those over. We're gonna make 3 more of them. Just gonna turn the heat down on that pan a little bit. Gonna make 3 more. When they're done, we'll stick them on the plate, cover them over, repeat the process. So now we bring them out, pop them straight on the thing, and cover them up with that dishcloth. Tortillas are resting. I'm gonna drain the prawns off, and then we're gonna put it in our rice flour, and that is just gonna serve to make it really nice and crisp and give you another fantastic texture at the end. We'll stick them in like that. Let's stick them all in the sieve, and then we'll get these over frying. So you don't want the oil to be crazy hot, but if it's too cool, they're just gonna go soggy and horrible. Dunk those in. Check on them. Yeah, they're getting nice and crispy. Time to turn them over. And they're already starting to go firm. They're not gonna need a lot of time on the other side, just enough to crisp up, so we'll whack the heat up a bit more. And we'll get those nice and crispy. Okay, prawns are done. Let's get them out of the pan, and then we can plate up these tacos. Let's get some tacos on the go. Let's get a couple of these out. Let's get a couple of these prawns on the bottom. A little bit of the salsa. You don't want to overcrowd these tacos. Bit of onion on top. That's going to give a really nice, fresh crunch, that onion. We're going to put on some of this beautiful salsa verde on like that. Oh, and that is going to be fresh and fragrant. Let's get some coriander on both of those, just a little bit. And of course, lime has to go on. And there it is, guys. That is an absolutely beautiful little taco. For as much of a challenge it is to get these things out, there's quite a lot of prep, but look at what it goes into. That is a perfect little mouthful. I can't wait. This. It's so good. Hot sauce. The prawns have brought on a really deep savoury flavour after being soaked in that soy sauce. All of the elements are working together. The tomatoes give it a little lift. The onions, zingy and fresh. This salsa verde is such a deep flavour. You've got to make these. Make them for someone you love. Share that with them. Guys, video number 3, we're down. I really hope that you're enjoying the series so far. We have got so much more to show. So if you want to see that, if you want to see more stuff like this, you've got to hit the subscribe button. You've got to share it with your mates and go and make it. You just got to go and make it. I'm going to shut up now.